Here we go. 2v3. You read right. BacT and Slam playing versus I Am Inc., Denick, and Beharit. I'm going to guess this is a pick Civ game. Not exactly sure, but a Huns, a Mayans, and an Aztec walk into a bar. Okay, that's enough of that. But BacT and Slam, Huns and Chinese here, taking on 3 players. 1,700 level players, looks like 17, 17, and 18. So, you know, players of lesser rating than BacT and Slam, but still, 2v3. A little bit of a challenge here. Let's see how this one goes. So BacT will be in the southern part of the west of the map. He's going to be in blue, playing as Huns, has a decent gold location, has some backstone, some gold way in the back. Somewhat of an open map for him, but decent wood lines. Actually, he can close the front pretty easily. He can close this up actually pretty nicely if he wants to. He and Slam are so close together that they can actually team wall this very easily. And I would think that's going to be something they would want to take advantage of. I mean, look at how easy a team wall would be. Little walling here, little walling here, little walling here, little walling here, and you're team walled in with your teammate. That's as good as it gets. And I think they're going to need it, because 2v3, it's a little difficult to micro against 3 different armies. We shall see how this one goes. Why does it say Shinchimak? Hey, Spikes. Good to see you. Spikes here. Oh yeah, Shinchi's overlay is a picture of Gloken eating a banana. That's what Shinchi wanted. Anyway, so I like Slam and BacT's chances here. I think they can wall themselves up. I Am Inc., green player here playing as Mayans, is going to be a flank. Technically, it's a 2v3, so it's a little different, but he's going to be one flank player. He's got a very wallable map. Green Arabia, always a little bit more wallable. Gold to the side should be safe. Stone should be safe. He can go plumes if he wants to. I don't see any reason. It's his party. He can go plumes if he wants to. Hun's pocket is maybe a little disappointing to me, but 4 villas on wood early for Denick. Sometimes in a 2v3, you have a player putting pressure in every stage, so we might see early aggression, maybe a drush, probably just a fast castle build from the yellow player here. But I think somebody should drush. Probably the Aztecs player will be the one to drush here. Beharit will be luring in his boar as we speak. Has not established a wood line yet, so it's kind of hard to say what his plan is. Still searching around for a wood line, so also a good sign for BacT and Slam. The teal player here can't even commit to taking wood anywhere yet. Not very happy with his choices, I would imagine. Like I was saying, though, it's nice to have a player drush, and then it's nice to have a player go hardcore into feudal, and it's nice to have a player go straight to castle age and keep the pressure on your opponents in every stage. But hey, that's just the way that I would do it. Who cares what I would do? 4 on wood early for BacT. He's going to also have his teammate Slam with 4 vills on wood. Slam, for now, has scouted out enough, maybe starting to scout out enough to know that he and BacT can wall themselves in. He can see pretty nicely where a team wall would go on his side of the map. And I think a little more scouting, he'll reveal everything he needs to know. I've got to think that these guys will play a little defensively in a 2v3, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, for the moment, 15 vills each. I Am Inc. Did you loom up early, or are you just falling a little behind? I Am Inc. here, playing as Mayans. Will be loomed up. Well, I guess he's playing as Mayans, so he'll be loomed up. He'll be loomed up early on, losing his boar there, unfortunately, but it's going to be all good. It's going to be all good. Slam is saying, I'm going to go scouts, so keep that in mind. BacT, for the moment, hasn't typed anything into the chat. 4 vills on wood. He could drush if he wanted to, but that seems like a little bit of a weird strategy when you're at a disadvantage like this. Don't know what the plan is going to be, but at least for now, BacT luring in boars, continuing to work his way up, still really scouting out his side pretty intensely. Slam has scouted out his side, and BacT has scouted out his, and they both, if they put their heads together with what they know about the map, they could really identify how easily they can wall themselves in. When was this game played, so Smarthy? January 4th. That's yesterday for you guys who are watching live. Looks like Barrack's coming up on top of the hill for BacT, so he's going to drush fast castle into archers. Really interesting. I'm very surprised that he's going to drush. It slows you down so much when you're 3v2. But hey, man, BacT does this quite a bit. The 2v3 and the 1v2 sort of thing. So I suppose he would know better than I will. But we will see 1 vil grabbing the extra 10 gold. BacT's going to be able to build out 3 militia here early on. Still not loomed up, but I'm sure he'll want to grab that relatively soon, since I expect him to get raided a wee bit here. Looks like Slam's going to get some free arrow fire in onto the green player. I Am Ink's going to lose his eagle here. No, not quite. It's going to take a couple of hits, though, unnecessarily. Okay, Slam scouting forward. He's going to find the green player, going to circle around and figure out where all his resources are. BacT on his side has 3 militia on the way. So, what do you know, BacT? What do you know about the map? Nothing yet. BacT knows nothing yet. His scout's going to go forward, and he's going to basically be blindly drushing, by the looks of it. Doesn't really know anything about the teal map just yet. If he knew what we knew, he would, yeah, I think he would identify that there's a pretty juicy wood line over here. Pretty nice berries that he can hit. These vils on deer, you know, maybe not quite as juicy since they can just piece out, but we'll see. Blue player starting to roam forward, and he's going to walk in just in time. Villager dropping the barracks there for Beharit. It's, his drush is quite a bit later than BacT's, you know, BacT here. Obviously going to be a little more efficient than his opponent, but that's such a late barracks. Interesting. Teal player's barracks is up really late, and he's actually going to start taking some damage from BacT. There's a hole in that wall too, so keep that in mind. Okay, so the teal player is going to try to quick wall himself. Beharit is a 1800 rated player, so I'm sure he's more than capable of quick walling himself up. He's going to do a good job to keep that vil somewhat safe. Going to take the engagement with the scout. He's going to fight the drush pretty nicely here so far, and so far so good. Teal player is not getting... He wouldn't win this game one-on-one, of course, but at least he can keep BacT's initial army busy, while BacT maybe, just maybe, well, maybe the yellow player gets a little bit of Castle Age under his belt. That's what I'm trying to say. I know none of that made sense, but anyway, I Am Ink. Mayans player will also be drushing. He's forward with a couple of militia and his eagle. He's going to trap a few vils in here. 4 vils versus 3 militia in the eagle, so it's not going to really be a win in the end for I Am Ink, but he's going to kill a vil, I think. Oh, come on, I Am Ink, kill the vil. He should be able to kill a villager. He's not focusing on the right vil, but he's going to kill 2 vils here in the end. You can't beat that at all. Killing 2 vils and a 2v3 is a huge bonus. He's going to end up killing 2 of Slam's vils. Great job trapping those in. Slam will drop a stable, and he will be able to go scouts, but man, oh man, 2 vils behind early on. Great drush from the green player. I love it. He's also got the yellow scout nearby, so those guys are playing a really nice game together. In the meantime, BacT's army has roamed around. You don't see any villager corpses there. I think they're just harassing and picking and poking. It would be a good drush in a 1v1. I don't know if it's a good enough drush yet. So I'd say early on here, I think the teal player, the yellow player, and green are doing a pretty darn nice job. Doing a really good job here. Slam and BacT are more seasoned. Actually, BacT's going to pick a vil. So right as I'm saying that, BacT's starting to maybe equalize a little bit. But so far, so good, man. I think that there's been a lot of good aggression. Teal player went to men-at-arms. BacT is walled in on his wood line. He's got some vils out here on the front taking deer. If Beharit can identify those, he'll be happy as a clam, I suppose. I think he'll be in pretty damn good shape. Anyway, BacT getting a little too close to the TC. Will lose one of his militia. His drush is getting a little weaker here. 2 militia on full HP, but the scout on about half HP. So not really as mean and green as they once were. BacT can click up very soon. I Am Ink, the green player, can click up relatively soon. Danik can click up soon. Beharit is not very close. And Slam is sending forward a couple of scouts, but he's not going to be up terribly soon either. So it looks like we'll see a couple players from the 3 team up soon, and we'll see 1 player from the 2 team, that player being BacT. He'll be up very soon as well. BacT's pretty darn safe at home. He's going to add in double ranges. Looks like he's going to defend himself with some palisades versus those men-at-arms for now. BacT clicks up to Castle Age first, which is really surprising because the yellow player is in a full fast castle build. But hey man, BacT's a pro. It is what it is. Can't hate the player, hate the game. 4 scouts roaming in from Slam. So far, so good. Green player could take a fight and kill one of those really quickly, but you know, he's not able to identify that quite quick enough. Villagers getting pushed toward the TC. Looks like I Am Ink will be on 29. So Slam doing a great job getting a lot of mileage so far out of his scouts. So Slam and BacT doing a decent job here. I'd say they were winning the game hands down, except for those couple of vills that were sniped here on the wood line. Hard to lose some vills early when you're 2v3. One tower on the front for BHarrett, taking away that front wood line for BacT. I love the pliability of his methods. BacT's going to be fine to transition his wood line. That's certainly going to slow down his eco. BacT grabbing fletching. Presumably he's going to start adding in some archers here. But at least for now, not enough wood in the bank to really do much of anything. BacT is going to defend himself versus men-at-arms and eagles. Nice quick gating, as BacT is always capable of, and we'll see him probably defend that pretty easily. Slam, in the meantime, is roaming around. He's finding that I Am Inc. is stonewalling. I Am Inc. is stonewalling. Why are you stonewalling? Why are you stonewalling, friend? It's 2v3. Interesting. It looks like the green player here is going to try to stonewall up his entire side. Okay, I mean, he's walled in Slam scouts, so I guess that's a good thing. But I don't really know what his plan is. I mean, we'll see. Mayans player right now in the feudal age has not clicked up to castle. Denik and BacT are both going to hit castle age. Denik is playing as Huns. He's going to have double stables on the front, so he's thinking knights by the looks of it. Denik will have double stable knights pumping out. Okay, that is what it is. He's going to be roaming forward from the pocket, should be able to cover the map pretty quickly with those knights, and might be able to chop through quite a few archers here from BacT. We'll see how this goes. Towers on the front from the teal player are annoying. Team wall from Slam and BacT is finally coming together. This is looking really, really nice. This is looking really nice. Slam's doing a great job to team wall up his side. Let's see how this one goes down. I would think BacT and Slam would win 9 out of 10, says Sinkin. Maybe they would. Maybe they, I don't know. 2 versus 3, I suppose, 1800-ish rated players. Yeah, I suppose there is a big difference between 1800 and 2.1k. But so far, this game is still pretty hotly contested. Average score for Slam and BacT is much higher. But when you have 3 players on your team, averages are a little less important, I would think. Still 2 scouts roaming around from Slam, but not a whole lot left for them to do inside of the green economy. I Am Inc. here is maybe the most interesting player in this game. He's starting to take stone. He's starting to think about plumes. He's starting to think about castles. He's stonewalled himself in. But his castle, I think in a 2v3, his castle has to be a castle drop, right? I mean, defending your own area in a 2v3 is completely pointless. He's going to continue to wall himself in, but all this is going to do is isolate him from his teammates, and if his military isn't out there soon, his teammates are going to be slowly dying while he's safe and booming. I don't know what the plan is. I don't love it, but we'll see if it works. I Am Inc. right now stonewalling himself in. Castle Age on the way, soon to be a castle, and I really hope it's going to be a forward castle. Anyway, +1 defense, knights, no bloodlines for Denik here. Denik is a little bit out over his skis. He's going to be chasing BacT across the map. BacT's initial cav archers +1 damage. Not the beefiest units, but this is not the greatest group of knights for raiding. Yellow player's going to do a little bit of damage and try to keep BacT honest. I kind of wish he had either bloodlines or +2 or both, but, that's a lot to ask. That is a big ask, Killer B. Green, where is your castle going to go, bro? This is really important to me. I Am Inc., where is your castle? Okay, he's only on 300 stone right now, dropping more TCs. Keep an eye on that green player. Okay, towers on the front from Teal. I like that a lot. Teal doing a little bit of stonewalling as well, which is interesting. But for now, the teal player is building out some skirms, going padded archer armor. BHarrett's going to be in the feudal age for quite some time, trying to keep the cav archers of his opponent honest. Meanwhile, the yellow knights are roaming north. They're going to run into camels from Slam. Great unit choice from Slam. Slam able to add in some camels, and the +1 defense non-bloodlined knights are really, really, really looking puny now. So the yellow player is going to get pushed back. He's not going to get a ton of damage in. Looks like his teammate in teal will also probably be pushed back here relatively soon. Just not enough skirms there on the front, I would think, to hold their own. In the meantime, the green player has added in 3 TCs and is in a boom. That's fine. Just need to make sure that we see some units out of the green player here pretty soon. 350 stone. Still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vills on stone. Still building stone walls. Building gates, building more stone walls. The green player is going to be safe and happy while his teammates are dying. That's my prediction. Anyway, Teal clinging to the top of the hill for now. He and his teammate are actually playing this one pretty nicely together. Good teamwork from Denik and BacT. Got to give him some props. They're going to hold that hill for now. BacT and Slam are going to continue to mass up. They're going to get stronger and stronger as this game goes. They're both in the Castle Age. They're obviously going to have much more tight micro than their opponents. But at least for now, neither of them are able to do any real raiding. You got to think that that's a bit of a nice, it's a bit of a silver lining, I suppose, for the team of 3, Denik, Iron Ink, and BacT. Okay, what's going on? Teal player still got 4 villagers forward, but I don't think he's taken any stone. Is he? Denik, Aztecs player, 0 stone in the bank. Built stone walls, built a tower, and that is it. Trying to hold the line against Cav Archers with a couple of houses, but his wood line here, it's not that vulnerable. 2 watchtowers should keep it pretty safe. I don't think that BacT's going to even stop and take a glance at it, but this back side of the eco is much more fleshy. I think BacT will probably get around that side. Yellow Knights are still not upgraded. I don't know what is going on with the Yellow Knights here. Yellow is playing as Huns. He's a 60 and 70 rated player. I mean, he knows if he's going Knights, he should throw some upgrades on him. Not sure what the deal is there. I think he should have bloodlines by now, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, Cav Archers from BacT roaming in. They are going to really put a stop to BacT's eco. BacT's trying to tower himself up as much as possible. But at least for now, he's playing a very defensive game, and he's only on 47 vills. If BacT can maybe knock a couple more vills down, he probably can disregard the Teal player for a couple of minutes. Not sure what the strategy is for BacT and Slam here, but I would think that you don't need to thoroughly kill any one player. You just need to keep anybody from getting out over their skis. As the game gets deeper and deeper, your micro advantage should get bigger and bigger. That'd be my guess. Anyway, Slam booming up on 3 TCs, 57 vills, just 10 military, playing very defensively. BacT's going to have a bigger military. He's going to have 24, just 53 vills for BacT. But you can hear villagers dying here and there. BacT splitting a few vills off in this direction, a few vills off in that direction, or rather Cav Archers. No bloodlines on those yet. Padded archer armor on the way. BacT is going to continue to harass villagers though. Idling a ton of villagers there. BacT may be looking away for a moment, taking a couple of casualties to those skirms, but for now, he's still on the offensive, roaming around and really hurting the Teal player who's still in the feudal age. BacT is still in the feudal age. He's going to click up relatively soon. Meanwhile, back in Green's territory, oh man, I'm really disappointed in that castle. The green player is going to, I Am Ink's going to, I don't want to be too, why am I being so negative? He's going to drop his castle in such a defensive position. I just have a feeling that his build is going to be a little bit too slow to be relevant. I think he and his teammates might be dead by the time his castles start to come forward. But hey, I could be wrong. I just would have loved to see that castle somewhere a little more aggressive, especially since the Yellow Knights here are controlling quite a bit of the map. You know, Slam's playing very defensively. He's just trying to boom up his eco right now. It would have been great to see that castle a little... This berm, man, would have made me so happy. Yeah, but screw my happiness. He's playing the game in real time, man. Can't criticize a guy who's playing it out there in the real world. +2/+1 for BacT. Bloodlines on the way for the yellow player. So he's going to have even beefier knights here relatively soon. A couple plumes coming forward for green, but not very many. And looks like these guys are probably going to need to run off from this. The nice thing about a plume and knight mix is that you can target those camels with those plumes and then run with the knights, but at least for now that's not going to matter too much. Mayans booming, says BacT. Yes, says Slam. Slam is saying come. Yeah, it looks like they're going to need to fight together on this one. Slam with not a massive amount of units. Bloodlines with +1 defense. He's going to be taking on a pretty big army from yellow. Yellow player can run into Slam's eco, question mark? No, not quite. Not quite. Green plumes are just kind of scouting out and moving around the map, not exactly sure what the plan is. I thought that he would continue to reinforce and group up with his teammate Denik. but he's going to leave Denik alone here. Denik can take this fight, but no, here comes BacT. BacT and Slam will be playing this much more as a team than their opponents will. Yellow player's going to run in and take this fight 2v1. This is a really bad fight. I mean, Cav Archers sitting behind an army of camels. Not a very good fight at all. +2 defense, though, is in for the yellow player. He's going to do a good job to retreat away from that, so props to him. Slam's castle comes out on the front. It is not going to be bothered for now. These green plumes could be more aggressive and come forward, but, you know, he just doesn't know yet. Hasn't scouted that out just yet. Looks like he will identify that castle, and he can deny it. Oh, come on, I Am Ink. Yeah, I Am Ink's going to be able to kill quite a few villagers here, I think. Grabbing down some vills. Giving them blood clots. Okay, what's going on in the middle? We've got BacT and Slam again pushing together, pushing that yellow army all the way across the map. Slam, for the moment, will be in a lot of trouble hiding some vills in the fog of war, but the green player, I Am Ink, is going to identify it. And this is going pretty decently for him. I Am Ink is clicking up to Imp, and he is really keeping Slam honest here. Chasing those vills through the fog of war, going to kill a few more. Slam will turn his army around here, and he will crush the rebellion once and for all. But hey, man, the green player being a thorn in Slam's side, wasting one of the pro players' time here is it seems like a very valuable thing to do. He's even going to kill a few vills here. Probably could have killed one more if he wanted to. But I like it, man. I like the green player thus far in this one. I like the green player. I didn't like how hard he was booming, but at least he's being cheeky here, going to Imp. The problem is Slam is going to be Imp at the same time he is. Still heavily on stone as I Am Ink, thinking about more castles. Has a really big food economy, but so far just adding upgrades onto those plumes. Not thinking about eagles, thinking about university, thinking about more plumes. Did eventually get a castle out on that front berm, so at least there's that. I'm pretty happy about that. BacT, in the meantime, is pushing down the initial forward from the teal player. Teal player has gone to the castle age, is going to have elite skirms and some crossbows roaming through here. He's going to hit BacT. This could be a really nice fight for him. BacT's going to want to get the heck out of dodge here. Elite skirms can do some good damage here. Might as well turn and fight. Nah, no, guess not. Mangonel on the way, so he's going to get the heck out of dodge. Okay, yellow player coming in with knights. Looks like Slam will have double castles on the front and a siege workshop. Some nice quick walling here from Slam to block all of those knights out. Bloodline +1/+2 knights from yellow, but they just can't seem to get in anywhere because of the team wall. Team wall is strong. Interesting game, says Europe. Yeah, I think so. So far, it has been interesting. You know, average score is much higher for BacT and Slam, but, you know, 3 players on the other team all doing a pretty decent job. The yellow army is rather large. The teal army here is really strong to counter BacT. You know, he's got quite a few elite skirms here. Not nearly enough, and it looks like BacT is going to eventually crush them all into the corner. Good Mangonel shot. BacT is going to stand and fight this. He's going to gate those units in. It looks like Teal will kill a couple Cav Archers on his way by. His micro is actually pretty decent. He's kind of kiting away from this fight. Gotta like that. BacT's going to continue to quick gate him in. But the Teal player keeping BacT busy and killing a couple Cav Archers in the process with not a huge army here. Let's not pretend that was a huge, massive killer army. Stonewall's up for the Teal player on his side. They can trade corner to corner pretty easily. In fact, BacT and Slam, although they do have a nice team wall, they really can't trade. Castles are creeping in. We're going to see Trebs coming out for the green player. Going to start putting some pressure on Slam. Slam's got a couple units garrisoned in these castles. Chuko Nu on the way from Slam. He's also going to have conscription. He's going to have to get something done here pretty soon. He's got capped rams on the way. He's got a couple of cavalry from earlier in the game. But his castles are going to be under some serious heat. 3 Trebs, 4 Trebs now out from the green player. The green player, all of a sudden, is starting to really look like he's in good shape. I was worried about him turtling up so early, but in the end, it's going okay. He's playing very defensively with his plumes, but at least for now, trebbing down some castles and making some real headway on Slam. Slam's going to surrender that castle because he has to. He's going to wait for the siege ram upgrade to come in, and then he's going to make a rush. Not a whole lot here to stop siege rams from the green player. Gonna have to get those villagers involved pretty early if he's gonna stop the ram train from rolling in. Slam will have another castle on the way. Man, teal player sneaking a mangonel out into no man's land. I have no idea how he got that mangonel there safely. But Slam can probably kill it with one camel or one knight. Anyway, 2 castles down for green, still able to treb his way in. Looks like he's going to be in pretty damn good shape here. Green player is going to drop a siege workshop on the front and keep the pressure on. In the meantime, yellow raiding inside of BacT's eco. Didn't see this while it was happening, but it looks like a couple knights are going here, a couple knights going there. BacT has 30 idols for the moment, down to 105 vills. Those knights are going to get cleaned up, +2/+2 with bloodlines. BacT making a transition to knights as well, +2 defense and bloodlines for him. But at least for the moment, a couple vills going down from BacT. BacT will be down to 104 villagers here. Not a huge loss of villagers, but at least the yellow player keeping BacT honest. In the meantime, the green push is doing what? The green push is kind of in retreat. Slam coming forward with siege rams. Not a whole lot to stop it here from the green player. He's trying to run his trebs all the way across the map. In the meantime, siege rams will knock down a couple siege workshops. That seems poetic, and I would imagine Slam's going to keep cranking these out. He'll have a couple of trebs as well to go along with this. And that green forward is starting to look a little bit, it's looking like it's on thin ice. Still a lot of plumes here, but plumes are not the greatest unit to stop siege rams. Yellow player sending knights as fast as he can. Those are going to be really important. Got to see good teamwork here. Plumes can take on Chukonu. Knights can chew up rams pretty quick, and they can probably push Slam back. But we'll see. We will see as this one develops. Okay, blue player BacT is out on the front. Clandestine mining camp, anybody? Heck to the yeah. That is way out there. 59 villager imp, says Europe. Was that B. Harrod going imp on 59? The teal player here with a very dicey strategy. Looks like Cavalier and Cav Archer for BacT. He's going to continue to work his way through. Did I hear a ram? No, I didn't. BacT is just going to run his army around the team wall of the 3-man team. Slam, in the meantime, will be bolstered by a couple of Cavalier from BacT. A couple of trebs here working on taking down this castle. 6 trebs from the green player working on the front here. Unfortunately, those trebs are, they're just kind of killing some military buildings on the front. Green player is going to be in a lot of trouble here really quickly. Cavrams knocking down his castles, and those trebs are going to be sitting ducks here pretty soon. Green is a little bit 2v1 here. We've seen the yellow player a little bit quiet. Teal player's also been a little quiet. Right now, Slam and BacT have the opportunity to crush this one player who had momentum. 2v1. Green rams are out. They're trying to defend this. At least for now, 4 of those trebs will escape, but I'm not sure that that's going to last much longer. Chukonu roaming around. They are now elite, and Slam will soon be able to put a little bit more pressure on his opponent. So the teal player went imp on 59 vills. Aztec player is not building out barracks, not yet. Archery range coming as we speak. Wondered if we might see a little bit of eagle spam. What's up with teal? What's up, B. Harrod? Yeah, B. Harrod's got a lot of gold in the bank, but not a huge food economy. Needs quite a few more farms if he's going to start spamming eagles. Also would need some barracks. For the moment, though, he is building ranges, so I'm not sure what his plan is. Maybe he's just thinking skirms to hold off all those Cav Archers from his opponent. Good raiding on the front from BacT by the looks of it. He's going to take this TC down and kill all those juicy vills inside. Yellow player is going to run through the team wall, though, and man, hopefully he doesn't let BacT in here. That would be really, really bad for him. BacT is going to not get in. BacT is not going to get in. Okay, thought he might be able to get a unit under the gate there, but not quite. Alright, no big whoop. Slam still roaming on the front. Siege Ram now coming from the green player. Looks like he's going to help hold his side there. Going to keep his forward aggression going with a couple rams of his own. Losing his castles on the front, but still keeping Slam pretty damn busy. I would say that I Am Inc. right now is keeping Slam busy pretty much by himself, and I think that's a real benefit to his team. Meanwhile, the yellow player is facing Paladin now from BacT. BacT is on 50 military, 133 vils. Yellow player's got 118, but I don't see his military anywhere. Denik at the moment has a bunch of knights here on the front, but hasn't upgraded them. There we go, Cavalier on the way. Pikeman on the way as well. Seems to be a little indecisive. He probably could turn his army around and fight this. Don't know what the plan is going to be, but the yellow player for now is hanging out in the middle, grabbing Blast Furnace, upgrading his knights, and going to help make a push on the front at the expense of losing some of his eco. Slam is going to camp 5 Cav Archers on that wood line. He's going to kill a ton of villagers. He's also knocking TCs down in the middle. Yellow player's eco is in a lot of trouble. Meanwhile, Slam, or rather BacT is doing more raiding as well with Paladin inside the teal eco. So BacT is killing 2 players at the same time, and he is starting to really crank out a large number of Paladins. 54 military right now. Slam's got Chuko Nu, but he doesn't even need them on the front. He's going to start knocking down that whole front area with siege rams. Forging on the way for Slam. Slam maybe going to add in a little bit of trash to go with his Chuko Nu. Looks like for the moment it will be like Cav. And this is starting to look like BacT and Slam are absolutely in the driver's seat. Looking like they're absolutely in the driver's seat. Looks like 7, 14, 21,000 total team score for the 3-team. 23,000 team score for the 2-team. So the 2v3 for BacT and Slam score-wise is in their favor. Paladin's running through the eco here. Yellow player Denik just has nothing back at home to deal with this. Where's his army? He had like a bunch of Cavalier on the front. Looks like they are all totally GG. Looks like they stood toe-to-toe with the Paladins there from BacT, and it did not end well at all for them. So this game is starting to look pretty damn GG to me. Elite Plumes on the front can probably hold their own for a couple minutes, but Siege Rams and Chuko Nu and looks like Slam coming forward to maybe drop something here on the front. What's the plan, Mr. Slam? Oops. Slam is going to drop outposts on the front. Why not? Keep an eye on his opponent. Slam and BacT once again working well together. This is really the last big army on the map for their opponents. 37 plumes in total for the green player, but he just can't stand toe-to-toe with this many Paladin and this many Chuko Nu. Good night, Europe. Yeah, I think it is time to call it a day because BacT is roaming through everybody's economy, killing all the vills. BHarrett at the moment on 87. Denik is on 106. Mayans is still on 111. But man, they're just not putting out the fires. There's just 2 or 3 like Cav Archers here, a couple of Knights there, a couple of Paladins on top. Just an absolutely chaotic game at this point for those players. Yellow player in the middle, about to lose another TC there, losing several more vills, down to 106 total. Looks like Slam roaming in, and he's going to start taking down these castles from the green player. Okay, so I think this one is GG. Very nice 2v3. BacT and Slam taking on Denik, and BHarrett. We saw all 3 of these players, Denik, and BHarrett, play a pretty nice game. I was probably critical on them, but that's just because I'm tired. These guys actually play pretty nicely. Taking on some absolutely elite players. Really gave them a run for their money for a while, but it's kind of getting out of control at this point, so I think I'm going to speed it up and let it come to its natural conclusion. I think we're going to see a GG here any minute. Green player is losing a lot of territory. He's going to say GG guys. We will see GG from everybody. Denik is saying GG question mark? Yeah, it's over. It's definitely over. Definitely over in this one. Good game from Denik, and BHarrett, but even better game from BacT and Slam. Good to see a 2v3 from time to time. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys liked it too. Huns and Chinese for Slam and BacT, able to take on 3 players. Pretty dicey early game, but they stabilized the ship and eventually built a team wall and won that one pretty nicely in the Imperial Age. Got to love it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Killer B. Catch you later. Bye.